Okay, welcome back. It's time to knock out my game so that I can refresh here. I'll be asleep in 2 hours, but if I wake up in the middle of the night, I can hit the refresh button. So let's get these games out of the way. Looks like we got one cupcake game. Had about 3 people beat me since the last time. So I have some revenges to do. And I forgot to take a look at the rank. But so let's see. Addressing some questions. A question was asked, what are my favorite skills, or what do I prefer for skills? On the batting side, hands down, it's got to start with charisma. I've mentioned many times that I will settle for skills because I lack skill change tickets, so I will settle for legend or training junkie in combination with other things. But I would much prefer charisma. I would say charisma, batting machine, and prediction are my top 3. And so it's charisma with any combination of the other 2 would be preferred. And I have a suspicion that Ace Killer is better than we know, but we just don't have a lot of people who have tried it yet. So, but I do know on the flip side, on the pitching side of things, Giant Killer it sucks. It is not reliable. So on the pitching side of things, I would say hands down, cleaning up your mess is by far the best skill you can get on a pitcher. Problem is, it's not really a standalone skill. It's great when it's supported by either Last Boss, Untouchable, or Pitching Machine. And anything else? No, I think that's it. So yeah, I want some combination of those. I will accept a combination of Pitching Machine and Untouchable, or Untouchable and Last Boss, Untouchable Mess. Any of those, basically any combination of those is going to work for me. So that's what I prefer for my starting pitchers. For my relievers, honestly, it really is the same thing. I know that I've been speaking with Dodgers New from time to time, and he does not believe in Untouchable for relievers. But it seems to work okay for me. Unfortunately, I just keep getting stuck with Ace as well. And like I said, I'm at an extreme shortage for skill change tickets, so I have to endure with a lot of the things that I have. So let's see, what other questions were there? Oh, somebody asked to see that recent Kershaw that I landed. So you can see that he is 102 at 2020 outside the lineup, which means if I throw him into the lineup, he will become a 112. Now let's flip over to my league lineup. Oh, darn, I can't do it because I'm in the middle of the season. Correct, I was going to flip him into the lineup so we could compare him. So if I want to compare him, I got to throw him in against and replace one of these guys. Switch. So that's what he looks like. I don't have good skills on him. He's only grade 61. But grade 61, 112 OVR, better than everybody except Price. And I don't want to be a sheep, so I will use him, but I will be only using him in this league lineup. Anyways, let me get back to games because I don't want these things to run terribly long. So my recent home games have been fairly lucky. We'll take a look at those after this game. Got wins off of some tough teams and home games, so I have to be thankful for that. Dodgers New did not tank very long. He didn't suffer many losses. If we take a look at... Let's take a look at season stats. You'll see Dodgers New sitting close to me. Did he pass me? Where is he? There he is in 15th spot, only 32 losses when he had a tank lineup in, so I guess he just didn't want to tank all that much. So let's see. So I'm sitting at number 8 right now. The interesting thing is, if you notice the difference between number 5 down to, yeah, we got about 5 people all sitting in that very close to the 2,000 range, and then the Korean character guy is really close to that as well. So the difference between 5 to like 12 is something that can be changed very quickly. So I could easily drop that amount or jump a few points as well. Staying there it's just things are in such flux during the week. Not nearly as much as some other players are suffering in lower levels as far as gold or silver or whatever, but yeah, things will stabilize later in the week. So if I make my way up to roughly like position 5, or something like that, if I can get there, it tends to stabilize a little bit more later in the week. Okay, that's a good win. That's a tough team that I just faced there. I sometimes lose away games to him. Here's Korean character guy who's been causing me grief. I believe I won a home game against him recently, so that was good. All right, come on, don't bring any relievers in, please. All right, Kimbrel's generally okay. I think last season he had a sub-1 ERA. I think it was 0.39 actually, which is easily the best I've ever seen him do. And that was with a substantial number of innings too. Okay, so I wanted to see, yeah, some home wins there. 2 home wins against Henry. That's a big plus. 1 from Blue Jays. That's awesome. Losses to Woahe, Beer Club, and the team that I just beat. So like I said, I lose to him sometimes. So I got 3 revenges to perform after I finish these 4 games. Might be worth taking a look to see how stats are stabilizing. They're going to be once again. They're going to be inflated because the early games have so many easier teams that I've faced. Low scoring game. Wow. 0-0. Way to go, offense. Nicely done. All right, hero. We've been trading games. Oh, early runs, are they enough to hold me? So I think 4 of my 5 starters have their first level of special training. Now, I did specifically take Porcello up to level 2 of special training. That took a lot of cards. Not looking forward to trying to carry these guys higher. Let's take a look at Porcello now, and you'll see why. Because I changed his enhancements when I leveled him up to get so much into breaking ball and fastball, now he actually has 110 of each of those for nice S-grade pitches. So he's now S-grade across the board for his pitch quality. This is not looking too good. was Joe Kelly with his giant killer and untouchable. As you saw, a run scored against him. Generally, I see him blow up as opposed to just leak in a run. So leaking in a single run was actually pretty acceptable performance. So I have two big holes in my fielding. I mentioned these in an earlier episode. That would be catcher and third base. If I were to land Boggs, who happened to be one of my favorite players back in the 80s, that would be like the perfect way to fill a hole in this team. I'm going to lose back-to-back games. Ugh, not good. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so it looks like 3 losses and 2 draws. Not the best refresh. Sitting at rank 8. I can't remember what I started. Actually, we didn't pay attention to what I started at. So let's do our revenges. One run, is it enough? I'll take that. This can tend to stress me out watching these results. Sometimes I'll just turn the phone away, wait for the game to end, and then look at it. All right, Beer Club. Splitting games with me all week. Wow, Porcello. Spent all that effort and coins getting you skilled up, and now you're just coughing up runs. I hate losing revenges. So my current project that I'm trying to get skilled is an Addison Reed to throw into my bullpen. I need him to have a solid set of skills to displace, even though they're lame. They at least have reasonable skills. So I showed you Robbie Ross Jr. Tazawa has ace. And cleaning up your mess, I believe. So let's take a look at my relievers. So Tazawa, yeah, he's untouchable and ace. So, yeah, that shows you how much I like ace. Really don't like it. Joe Kelly with, once again, another untouchable pitcher. Untouchable really needs a supporting skill like Last Boss. Alone, it just doesn't carry it. And when I look at Joe Kelly, even though I see Giant Killer and Killshot on him, I consider that to be untouchable alone. I just don't see enough benefit from Giant Killer and Killshot. And for those of you who have played with Killshot, you might realize that its activation rate, or how frequently it actually is available to use when you reach 2 strikes, is very low. I mean, I tried it, and I was seeing it activate maybe 1 in 12 opportunities it actually activated. Now, somebody recently told me that it activates more against weaker pitchers, or weaker players, sorry, lower grade players. I can't comment. I didn't test that, but that might be the case. So I'm going to be slotting in Addison Reed, who will also be a 100 OVR, just like the rest of those guys, once I can get some decent skills on him. Right now he's got, oh boy, he's got ace, which in my mind is a non-skill. Okay, so let's see, do we have any? I think we're done. ranked, nothing there. Did all our revenges, so it looks like we're done. I'll call this quits and take my refresh late at night and record the next one in the morning. So good night to everybody.